Alright. A couple more coins. Let's go, Hephaestus.
You're here! When I came out of the vault, I thought something happened.
Something's always happening.
Something
True.
bad. How did you get here?
I might have helped.
Oh, okay.
You made my winged helmet and sandals. I saved you and brought you here. So, you know, we're even.
I don't know about that one.
He thinks we met before. Shh, just lay low. Yes, your sandals. I'm glad you like your sandals.
Oh, I tried. Did you find his essence?
We did indeed.
You sure you're ready for this?
Nothing bad has ever happened ever. Why would it start now?
I don't know about that one, Hephaestus. I don't know about that one, buddy. Card that I want to talk to your manager of this ferry boat, Chris. The River of the Dead. Yeah. I mean, he does demand that you have the coins, right? I guess he's a Karen in that sense.
Father of invention, lend me your sword, your spear, your arrow. Transform the darkness to light our way.
What's he gonna look like, I wonder? Oh, what? He looks pretty badass. Is he meant to be... I thought... He's meant to be disfigured. I feel like he should be disfigured. Right? Maybe they just didn't want to do that.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, old
You
friend.
okay, big
Yeah,
guy?
it should be a
I
lot
remember.
uglier than that.
Everything.
Give it time. There's one thing I still don't understand. With no memory, how did you leave clues leading to Typhon's vault?
Not Typhon's. Mine. I suffered
Oh,
so
okay.
long, I was so tired. Before Typhon came,
See,
I used
that's the
Pandora's
exact
box
comment
many times
that
to
someone
trap my
shouldn't be
inner
making about
thoughts in the
Hephaestus.
I had a system. I created the clues
that's
so
quite
I could
funny,
find
lullaby.
my way back. Typhon found me defenseless. I let that monster turn me into one of my automatons. I even enjoyed it.
Because automatons feel nothing at all. But your clues, you should have been able to retrieve your own essence.
Steropis and Brontes, my assistants, double-crossed.
I mean, fair.
They took the first clue, the one directing me to light the forge fires, and burned it.
No, there's nothing more evil than irony.
In doing so, they made sure my prison was permanent.
They were corrupted by Typhon. I found one and made him pay.
Did you?
But I'll make sure to find the other.
Good. They stole armor I'd been forging. Consider it yours.
How dare they?
And speaking of payment, I at least...
Got the next blessing. Hephaestus' focus. We finished all the Trials of Apollo books. I just done the last
You're
one not
going
long
to
ago.
need it
Yeah.
for what we
I've
must
done
do
all.
next.
Finished the last
We're
one.
going to steal something.
Tower of Nero, right?
Yes!
To
Oh.
protect hope from the clumsiness and sorrow of mortals, Zeus hid its fragile form somewhere near my forge.
What was this?
There, behind the locked door, hope waits. We must release it.
Oh, okay.
I found the key to that locked door in your forge lands. But how do we release hope?
Meg is awesome, yeah. Meg's
That
a really
box
good
is
character.
now ready for its task. May the light of 1,000 forges guide your way.
Yeah, I really liked Tower of Nero. I personally think that his Greek and Roman stuff's a lot better. Like the best stuff. Like the original series, the Greek and Roman series, and Trials of Apollo, I think, are the best ones. Like the Norse and the Norse and Egyptian ones were okay, just not as good in my opinion. The Magnus Chase ones were, yeah, the Magnus Chase was pretty good, just not as good. I personally didn't think. I think that there's an. I'm not sure if it's. Is there another one? I know there's another character like that I've seen because I followed the account on Twitter. They posted about a new character, like a new book that came out. Not sure if it's a a completely other genre, or like a completely other book series, or if it is part of like Percy Jackson universe. If it is, I haven't seen it. Let's see, finishers gain additional hit that deals 10% damage and has extra reach. Oh. Let me just mute that. Whoops. Oh, you think Percy, Magnus Chase, Heroes of Olympus, Trials of Apollo, Kane Chronicles, that's your order? I think that Kane Chronicle, I'd put Kane Chronicles is not bad at all, but I think I would put it as the last one. I think to improve it, I would modify is it Sadie, the sister? Like, her character's a bit too annoying. Like, I understand why he portrays her as kind of annoying. Like, not like he doesn't portray her as annoying, but he portrays her as like a teenage girl. Because obviously that's what she is. But I feel that it's a bit too over the top. Like, there's one point where they need to go and save the world, and she's like, "Yeah, but I got prom. I gotta go to prom." It's like, what? No. Go and save the world. What? But yeah. I think she's a bit too over the top. But apart from that, I think that like they're all really good. Yeah, they're all good, but okay, it's the last year. What would my order be? I think one of the reasons that I like Trial of Apollo so much is because it ties the other two, not ties the other two together, but it hints at the other two, like the other Greek Roman ones. I don't know if I could choose between the original Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus ones. I think Trials and Heroes are interchangeable in place on your list. Okay. I'd definitely put the... I think Magnus Chase would be fourth for me. Because although it was interesting... Oh, well, what the hell? Where am I? Oh, I'm getting... Wait, what's the yellow marker? Hello? Oh, that was this, okay. Although I did enjoy it and stuff, the Norse mythology isn't as interesting to me. So I think that's the only reason why it'd be lower to me. And same with Egyptian. I really want to listen to the Kane Chronicles again, because it, like, some of the stuff at the beginning definitely passed over my head, because I don't really have much knowledge about the Egyptian mythology. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I wasn't too interested in them. And then there is another book series that he's done which I'm interested. I think it's another mythology. I can't remember. Like, is it an African mythology or something like that? Can't remember. No idea. Yeah, I won't be able to think of the idea. Of the name. Now, come to... Here's the predicament. Technically, I mean, obviously I don't have to stick to my schedule. But I would technically be taking a break right now. I don't really want to take a break. But I should probably eat something. So, what I might do, because I'm going to fight this griffin. I want to fight this griffin, then start the Athena area. Shocking. Wait, what's up? What? What's shocking, Vinny? Also, hello, Vinny. Is there a jet? No. So, I might take... I won't end the stream. I'll just go on like the Be Right Back screen and just like take a quick 5-10 minutes to go and quickly just devour some food. And then come back and continue playing. Because I'm really enjoying playing this at the moment. And like, if I do take a break and like do some other stuff, I'm just going to want to play more. So, there we go. Vinny the Panda visits the local fighting pit and gets convinced to fight a giant lion. Upon entering the pit, Vinny's courage fails them and they attempt to flee. Oh no. Oh dear. What the? I don't even know what just happened. Yeah, how you doing, Vinny? Hope that all is well. See the Plague God, Muslim protagonist. Oh, is that the other one? See the Plague God sounds like it's Warhammer 40k. Like Nurgle. But no, that sounds interesting actually. I'm currently listening to, as recommended by Quinn, one of my friends and viewers, the what is it? Stormlight? The Stormlight Archives? The second book of that at the moment. That's really cool. They're really interesting. It's got a really interesting way of doing like magic and stuff. Oh right, it's not yet out. Okay, it's on the 12th. Okay, well. When I finish the Stormlight Archive, so what I tend to do is I'll listen to a new series, and then I'll go back and listen to like an older one. So I might listen to the Stormlight Archives, then go back and do the Kane Chronicles, and then do that new book. Might give it a miss, not majority interest in that mythology. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about that mythology. So, it must be so interesting for him to research it all, right? Like, just learning about all the different mythologies and things. Must be pretty cool. Same, yeah. It's also a really cool, like... It's a really cool idea for a book series. Because it does, like, go through all the mythologies and stuff. He used to be a mythology professor. I know he was definitely a teacher. Or a professor. I don't know what he was a professor in. It would make sense, I guess. They either had, like, a massive interest or was a professor. Well, I guess. I'll grab that mushroom. But yeah, but it's because it's a child's book and there's not really a lot of stuff, especially for mythology, like especially in the West, mythologies like Egyptian, Norse, and well, especially like mythologies from those and Muslim mythology, not really talked about a lot. Like Roman and Greek mythology are talked about like, quite a lot. Over here, those are like the mythologies which the West knows about, and that's what a lot of our media is based on. So it's really cool that he is going to all the other mythologies and like making a children's book, because it makes it more accessible to children. So obviously, like next generation stuff will know more about it and things like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I thought the game just froze. I was like, perfect timing. But yeah. So as I said, I'm gonna take a quick. Oh. I'm going to take a quick, like, 10-minute break, 10-15 minutes. If you guys, obviously, if you're not going to be here, then hopefully have a great rest of your day. But if you are here, we will continue on with the story. As I said, first thing we'll do is fight this griffin. Let's get back into it. We'll fight one of the mythological bosses. And then we will head over to the Grove of Cleos to start the, actually, first thing I think we'll do is probably this. Derapade, go to the treasure room, and then we will continue on with. Oh, completely ignore me. We're gonna do some cleanup quests. That's what we're gonna do, and then we will head towards Athena and try and, start the process of reviving Athena and getting her on our side again. 10 whole minutes. I don't think I could be without Snob for that long. I mean, it's either 10 minutes or 2 hours, Tom. So. That's how it's got to be. He taught English and social studies for 8 years at Presidio Hill School in San Francisco. Or Wikipedia. Fair enough. So I guess he just had obviously the English, like he may have like looked into stuff to mythology, but he must have had a love for mythology. I remember seeing something about a lot of the characters in the first book. The names were inspired by his students, like some students they had. I'm pretty sure he had, like, Annabeth, I'm pretty sure is, like, the name of one of his students. Like, imagine being that student. Because he probably started it as, like, a hobby thing, right? He probably didn't start writing it as a thing of, like, this is going to be big. It's like, imagine being that student and being like, my name was used in this giant, like, super successful book series. Like, I'd never even heard of that name before. The Percy Jackson.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman!
Lunar Fast Wi-Fi. Hello. Welcome on in. Thank you very much for the follow. It's much appreciated. He wrote Percy Jackson for his son who had ADHD and dyslexia. Oh, really? Wait, that's so cool. Wait, that's actually really cool that he did that. I guess that's why demigods have ADHD and dyslexia. I guess, yeah, because it'd been a thing where his son could see, like, himself as the hero. That's really cool. It's really cool that he did that. I love when like people do stuff like that. Yeah, he conceived the idea for Percy Jackson as bedtime stories for his son. Damn. There you go. There you go. He set out to do it as like a thing to help out his son and for bedtime stories. Man, imagine like it. I guess once again for his son, he'd just be like, so I started these stories for you, and now they're exploited. There's the TV show coming out soon, which well, soon. I don't know if there's a date on it, but within the next couple of years probably. Cannot wait to see that. That should be amazing, especially because Rick Riordan is personally involved in the project, unlike the films, which, yeah, we don't really talk about that as Percy Jackson fans. We forget about those. What one's coming? Kane Chronicles and which other? Wait, they're doing the Kane Chronicles film? TV show? I knew there was two of them. I didn't know it was Kane Chronicles. That will actually look amazing. Like, that visually could be an incredible one. I assume it'll be the first one, right? One's going Netflix, one's going Disney Plus. Yeah. I'd assume Kane Chronicles in the original 5. Because he can't really do Trials. Well, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's definitely not Trials of Apollo because it's the latest book. So they wouldn't want to do it in case that series kind of flopped. But they also couldn't do Heroes of Olympus without the first one, really, could they? Because there's a lot of references in Heroes of Olympus to the first series of books. So presumably they wouldn't do that. And I'd be surprised if they did King Chronicles and Magnus Chase, because those two aren't really well known. Well, they're known, but when you think about it's Percy Jackson. It's the Percy Jackson universe. Alright, Percy Jackson TV series is going to Disney Plus. Okay, well, when that comes out, I'm going to have to pick up Disney Plus and watch that. And I'll obviously watch the King Chronicles on Netflix. That'd be really cool to see. Yeah. So good. Such a good book series. Well, actually, like, the reason that I'm so interested in like Greek mythology and stuff, like, I wouldn't be playing this game probably if I hadn't read the Percy Jackson books. Wait, I've been zoned out. I had not heard Percy Jackson series in the works until today. Yeah. As EJ was saying, there's 2 series, one going to Netflix, one going to Disney Plus. With the Disney Plus one as Percy Jackson TV series, and the Netflix one as King Chronicles then, if you're sure about they're doing the King Chronicles one. And Rick Riordan himself is actually involved, Vinny. So it should actually be the story rather than the book, rather than what the films did, where they were more inspired by the book. King Chronicles one for Netflix is going to be a series of films. Oh, okay. So a film per book? That could make sense as well, because I think, yeah, which makes more sense. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, there's probably a lot, like, some details in the King Chronicles you could cut out. Whereas the Percy Jackson one, because it is it's the series at the helm of his book series and stuff like that, they probably want to put more detail into it because it's more of a fan favourite thing. Well, I look forward to reading, or to watching them all. I mean, I look forward to seeing what this new the Muslim mythology books are like as well. Because I said I have zero information about Muslim mythology. I don't know anything about it, I don't think. There's so much love for Percy Jackson and linked to books, so TV series is perfect, but with Kane there's really only 3 books, yeah. Like, I think visually the Kane Chronicles would look amazing because of the magic. Like, all the magic that's in Kane Chronicles and also the avatars, that would look so cool visually. They could do so much. I want to see this now. I need a release date. I need it out. Obviously, jokes. Oh, as with everything, whether it be a book, a game, a TV series, whatever, I'd rather they take more time than less time, because the more time that, like, I don't want things rushed. Like, rushing things is definitely the worst thing to do. Yeah, Cyberpunk. So I haven't actually read the books, unfortunately, but that's not just Percy Jackson as not exactly a book person. Oh right, yeah. Got you. But no, there's a lot of a lot of lore and stuff in Percy Jackson. So, like, obviously a lot of the lore of Percy Jackson is just mythology. It's just Greek mythology, Roman mythology, but they tie it in. Rick Riordan ties it in really well in the books to like real, like, it being in the world today and stuff. Need at least another month. It needed a couple more months of development. Cyberpunk. They should have probably. I still think that they should have taken the hit and released the game on PC and next gen, and not past gen, and released the past gen one later on. Need another year, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've had quite a few games come out recently like that. Valhalla definitely needed more time. Going back to last year, Anthem. As much, like, me and Vinny played quite a lot of Anthem. We played like through it like together and also played like a bit later on, and it was a lot of fun, but it definitely needed a lot more time. No Man's Sky needed more time. They're obviously in an amazing place right now. Fallout 76 needed a lot more time. They're in a great place right now, so just more time. Don't release broken games. There's no, like, especially as it's shown with Cyberpunk, the amount of refunds they've had to do. They're still like super profitable, but they would have still been super profitable if they waited a few years, or like at least a couple of months, and released a working game. For sure shouldn't have been released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One. PC wasn't bad even at release, yeah. And also the worst thing about Cyberpunk was that CD Projekt Red lied about the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One games, versions, because they were basically was saying that it would work fine. Like, it was complete, like, the versions worked, and they just don't. They just 100% do not work as intended. And there was also a lot of things with reporters where, which were from a community standpoint anyway, where loads of reporters and people that have tested it came out and said Cyberpunk doesn't work on last-gen consoles, and like the community just shut them down. Just like, how dare you insult Cyberpunk? It's a masterpiece. And it's just like, but we played the game. You haven't played it. No, you're wrong. It's like, come on, guys. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Redditors were hyping the game up in their mind as this product would transcend reality or something. Yeah, it was way too overhyped. It was like, obviously not as bad, but it was as if Valve released Half-Life 3. Like, it couldn't stand up to the hype. Did you see the people who put in for refunds and were so mad when they removed the game from their libraries? I want a refund, but I still want to play it, yeah. People wanted a refund for like 50 to 100 hours of playtime. Honestly, I'm still surprised that Sony removed it. Because there's games that have released with, like, if not, like, the same if not worse conditions, and they've stayed on the store. It was very surprising that they removed Cyberpunk. be honest. But hopefully it gives CDPR a big kick in the behind to fix the game. Yeah, it's been playing the games in worse shape. Yeah. Just, yeah. It was not a good release. Not the grand end to 2020 everyone was hoping. I mean, the diamond of the rough for the end of 2020 was this game. Like, this had Cyberpunk released near it. Or, yeah, it was like a week after Cyberpunk released. And then it also had, from Ubisoft itself, Valhalla and Watch Dogs 2. All three of those games completely flumped. They were awful. And then this just got overshadowed. And this is amazing. This is so good. The problem with this one is that it was a bad PC to console port, whereas a lot of the other ones were terrible console to PC ports, so the console gamers got up in arms. Yeah, very true. And there are still issues on PC, but I feel like... So I don't know this, because I haven't played it, and I've not looked into it too much, because I still want to avoid spoilers. I'm still looking forward to playing it at some point. But I feel like the PC issues were issues that they'd have on a normal game. Like, on release, games are never bug-free. Games are never bug-free. Oh, I mean, it is literally impossible to have a bug-free game. That's like rule number one that you learn as a software developer day one. The PC version was definitely broken and had, or not broken, but had issues, and it would probably always have those issues, in a sense, or those kind of issues. So like the PC port definitely was not the issue. It was all about the console being an issue. So the console games, let's see. Not really heard any PC players complain too much. I've had 2 bugs, both so with a quick reload and weren't game breaking, and they were pre-patched. Yeah. Oh, wasn't there actually one thing about PC? Wasn't there an issue with if a file save got too big, it corrupted it? That was a big one. That's actually a big issue. It's almost as if the game had passion put into it, or wasn't just pumped out to a deadline for a dying series. Yeah, there's so much in it. There's so much amazing stuff in Cyberpunk, and so much time and effort was put into it. But yeah, there was obviously issues behind the scene. There were obviously issues with deadlines and expectations. Gonna be honest, but it's probably management. Unfortunately, it's always management issues that cause these kind of things. They want it out by a certain date so they can make money, and they've promised the stakeholders that it'll be out by this day and stuff, and it's just like they find that it'll affect their reputation and they can't delay it and things like this. Obviously, it affected their reputation by delaying it, but it definitely was worse for their reputation for releasing it. Now it's on about this game compared to Valhalla. Alright, yeah. This game was definitely had a lot of passion put into it, and Valhalla was just, we need to release it by this date. We don't care how it's released. Yeah. That is very true, Tom. Oh yeah, but I didn't hit that before the patch did. Nice. This game pulled it back for 2020 releases. This should be a game of the year, I think. I don't know if this would... Personally, it was my favourite release of last year, I think. Definitely my favourite release of last year. But I don't think it should have got Game of the Year. I don't think Last of Us should have. I feel like it should have been... Me personally, obviously, Last of Us was definitely a successful game. I'm kind of looking forward to playing Last of Us 2 at some point. I wasn't massive on the first one, but I'll play it. But I feel like Ghosts or Hades should have definitely got Game of the Year. maybe Hades, just because it isn't like it came out of nowhere, and it just was amazing. Oh no, not Hades. Hey, Tum Tum, this isn't where I parked my car. How's it going, Tum Tum? But yeah, Hades was an incredible game. Last of Us 2 was good. I've not played Hades yet, not heard much about it. Hades is meant to be incredibly good. Hades rating compared to Last of Us is like 9 Last of Us 1 due to social agenda, not quality. That's fair. Yeah, because it is was it? Is it 90%? 10% public, 90% is reporters and professionals, right? Last of Us is a massive industry bait, yeah. I felt like Last of Us was going to win no matter what. And they obviously, like, I don't know. I wonder if there's the agenda, if they want to see a big game like Last of Us win. If they'd have done Hades, then it would have put a bit of a spanner in the works for companies spending so much money on, like, the huge companies. Like, development-wise. Something like that. But no. I still say my personal game of the year, for games that were released last year, I'd say this. This is my favourite game probably that was released last year. Favourite game that I played last year is Days Gone. And people that watch my Days Gone playthrough could definitely would probably be able to understand that. I loved Days Gone. I had so much fun playing that game. Which is surprising, as I'm not usually a big like zombie survival-esque kind of player. But the gameplay in that was amazing. The story was so good. We will never find out where the days have gone. I know. That's why we need Days Gone 2. And watch. Is it? Oh, who's it? Who's it that makes it? Oh God, I feel bad that I can't remember this. The biggest mystery is it? It's the company that I can never remember how to say it. I'll have a message with them. Okay. Ben Studio, that's it. Ben Studio. Get on it. Days Gone 2. I want it. I want it.